Okay guys, what we will discuss today is that Newton law of gravitation. According to Newton law of gravitation, what is gravitational force or gravity? The gravitational force is the force of mutual attraction between any two objects by virtue of their masses. That means if two bodies that are massive will attract each other by an attraction force that will known as gravitational force. Guys, I am repeating again, the gravitational force is the force of mutual attraction between any two objects by virtue of their masses. Guys, according to Newton, the universal truth about force is every object in this universe attract every other object at all distances. For example, every object on this earth experience the force of gravity due to the earth. Okay guys, we have two bodies, body number A and body number B. Guys, if body A have mass m1 and body B have mass m2, then according to Newton, the gravitational force is directly proportional to the product of mass m1 and mass m2, but distance vary in their virtual positions. That means Newton also states that gravitational force is inversely proportional to the distance square. That means Newton law of gravitation and gravitational force follow the inverse square law. What is inverse square law? Inverse square law means that force is inversely proportional to the distance square. To understand the gravitational force, first we have to understand the inverse square law. So what is inverse square law? According to inverse square law, if the distance between two bodies will increased by a unit distance, that means if two bodies goes apart with a unit distance a or r, then the gravitational force between these objects will decrease by r square. Why this is happening? Just because the gravitational force is inversely proportional to the distance square. For example, if the distance between two bodies will increased by 2 units, then the gravitational force between these two bodies will decreased by 4 units, because the square of 2 is 4. Like, if the distance is decreasing, then the gravitational force will increase. But if the distance is increased, then the gravitational force will decreased. For example, if the distance is increasing with 2 units, then what will happen? Then gravitational force will decreased by 4 units, because the square of 2 is equal to 4 and the distance is increasing with 2 units, then the force will decreasing with 4 units. So what we are discussing is the inverse square law of gravitational force. So now, according to Newton law of gravitation, the force of gravitational force or gravitational force is directly proportional to the masses of two bodies and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Okay, further we will write the gravitational force is equal to the product of gravitational constant into mass of their product and the distance square between them. Now what is gravitational constant? Gravitational constant has the value is equal to 6.67 into 10 to power minus 11 with unit Newton meter square per kilogram square. So this was the value of gravitational constant. Okay guys, now we will discuss about the properties of gravitational force. Gravitational force has some properties like, the first one is these forces are universal attractive forces. What is mean by universal attractive forces? Universal attractive forces, that means this force work universally. That means every object in this universe attract every other object at any distance, at all distances. The second property is that these are weakest force in nature. What it means? It means that gravitational force is not so stronger. It is the weakest force working between two massive bodies. Okay. Talking about the third property of gravitational force. What the third property said? It said that the force work over very long distance. Yes, it is a truth. The gravitational force work over very long distance, even between the earth and moon. You know the distance between earth and moon vary thousands of kilometers, but gravitational force between them, gravitational force works between earth and moon also. The fourth property of the gravitational force is that it obeys inverse square law. We are discussed it already. The gravitational force obey inverse square law. You know what it means? So this was the gravitation law of Newton, means Newton law of gravitation. For topics to discuss, please subscribe our channel on YouTube, Maths and Science. Thank you.